What is Factorio? This is Julian. I bring you yet another game that I have gotten interested in lately. Figure I'd show it off. This game is an alpha. Uh, while I explain some of the previous stuff, I'm going to go ahead and get off stage because there can be a lot of getting started type stuff. So let me just get everything set up and I'll kind of pull up what I can. So this is another kind of sandbox game where you more or less play how you want to play, do what you want to do, and try to finish the game. It does actually have a set into the game, so there is something you are trying to do, depending on if you're doing custom scenarios or if, like I am right now, you're doing the general. You're doing a general just sandbox mode, which I call it sandbox mode, but as I said, there is a goal. The goal is to create a rocket defense as you are a settler and you're trying to settle down, and you're a future settler. You're trying to pull people to this area, make it so they are able to land safely and well exist on this world. So, as I said, I'm here to get that ready. And the game starts kind of simple, kind of easy. Let me actually, let's get started right now, shall we? So, I'm going to put down these mining drills. I'm going to have it start mining, and I'm going to have this one right here start burning. You notice? I can go around, I can dig up if I feel like it, but I get kind of tiring, as most of you know. So this thing I just set up here goes ahead and it digs for me. Now, if I turn this mode on here, it has an arrow here showing where its output's at. If I had just one of these down by itself, like, without this here, whatever comes out would land on the ground. But because it's going to a container, it immediately fills it. And this one burns stuff, so yay, burning. Okay, anyway. So, I'm trying to explain what I'm doing while I'm giving you some backstory on the game. So, I say, this is another kind of craft stuff, sandbox game, but it's focused on automation. You're going around, you're building factories, you're here to kind of be a precursor of a coming civilization. Now, you come down and you start off with some very basic supplies, which I've kind of used all up already. But you have something to mine with, which you saw way down there. You have a furnace, which you saw me, use there. And you have enough metal. You get a gun, you get a magazine, and you have enough metal, just right here, to make 2 iron axes, which I did first thing. So, I'm going to go ahead and, show a few things off here and there, and get everything well started for everybody to kind of see what goes on and understand the game. And I need some of this. Now, this game is very smart in how it does everything, and I'm hoping I'm not being too conjointed, but this is actually kind of a very, I'm doing this off the cuff. Anyway, so the entire point, I've already mentioned the point, so I'll go over that again. So you can see how I'm going around, I'm digging stuff up by, simple clicking, and I'm letting, whatever I have going on keep going here. This is going to be so disjointed anyway. So, you can see I'm going around, I'm digging stuff up, you can see I'm collecting materials to get stuff started. I did a nice little trick right here, where I have my coal machines feeding each other, and I'm able to just collect everything from them like that, and keep going and not worry about it. This is actually an interesting point of the game. They had this it has a very smart way of handling your clicks. It's very obvious that the people who, when they made this game, they ask themselves, you know, what would make certain things easier to do and make the game fun instead of, you know, being a kind of a chore where you're doing crap. So, anyway, as I mentioned, the entire point is you are building a factory. This is your usual humble beginnings type thing right here, where I'm just walking around and I'm just gathering up all of the beginner resources, and once I get that, you kind of see how it goes. You know, right now I'm wandering around, making sure I have enough coal and everything, grabbing all these different resources and moving around. And you know, this is kind of tiring for most people to be doing it constantly. So you don't want to always be, you know, wandering around everywhere collecting crap and over and over again. You know, you want to do other stuff. You want to see other things. You want to save the world or something. I don't know. So let's get started on some map, shall we? Get back. Okay, so of course I used it all up. Anyway, so let's just actually let me try to stop. Let me stop trying to explain the game or explain the backstory of the game and instead of explaining what I'm doing, because it's much easier to go that way for me. So anyway, you see here, I'm wandering around, I'm doing these things up as I mentioned earlier, and I'm kind of creating all this kind of crap everywhere for you to have fun with. Now, as I was saying, you know, it gets a little bit tiring having to grab something, pick it up, move it somewhere else, pick it back up, pick up whatever you want from there, move it again, do it over and over and over again. So, and the point of this game is to actually get away from doing that. If you know you're the kind who played Minecraft or whatever, and you tended to build a lot of things, but you always got tired of moving, you know, carrying from one place to another just so you could build something. Well, this game aims to kind of fix that idea. So as mentioned, right now I'm doing the whole sneaker net where I'm walking around delivering everything by hand from one area to another, and that's starting to get a little bit old here. And I imagine most of you, if you've played these types of games already, you've seen this a million times. So why don't I get started on fixing that and make it so you're seeing something new, shall we? Okay, oh, wrong button. Okay, there we go. Gimme. So what I want you to do here, I'm going to go ahead and build these. And I can build too many, but I ain't going to care about it anymore. Thank you. And I'll just make one for showing off purposes. So I'm making these belts right now. I'm going to go ahead and put one here, actually one here, yeah, one here. So that's a nice little conveyor belt going on now. Got nothing on it though, but hey, I'm sure I'll fix that later, right? Right, I will. Anyway. And I want that to be right there, so that. Give me more. Okay, so that's how I figure I'm gonna go ahead and actually show off, you know, a good way of doing this instead of just giving a sample. Which is why I'm kind of, you know, suddenly deciding on, you know, build all this crap instead of building this a little bit. Okay, so each of these are going to feed into those. Now, if you pay attention, you probably already figure out what I'm doing. I'm going to be putting stuff onto these belts, and they're going to be feeding other things. There we go. So both of these, grab coal and put it on this belt. Belt takes everything that they grabbed and carries it way over here in order to get to these things, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these up. And, you know, make it look all nice and pretty, and there we go. And once they'll start coming, these guys will start building and working things up. And actually, let me zoom in here. This is interesting about these little things here. Pick up coal. He puts it in himself. He just now grab that, and he didn't even put it in the furnace over here. They're just grabbing it and they're going, you know, grabbing it, eating it themselves. But once he's full, and you know one of these furnaces is not full, they actually start feeding to these. If you notice now, so these are self-fueling, and they will go ahead and stuff it into the furnace here, which is now, you know, stuffing over here. So I have just automated this entire area right here. I don't have to put coal in here. I don't have to power these guys or anything. They just do it all by themselves. Now, up here still, these two guys can become empty as that one just now did. Give me that. So I had to kind of keep watching them. If I wanted to change that, I could change my workflow here a bit. By maybe going up here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it a different way, just because I feel like it. So, you know, I can do this. I'll just get one over here. Get a few more of these. You know, I can carry this up here. And now I'm kind of, you know, grabbing stuff and able to move around. So let's see here. I have two more of these. So I'll put one here, one here. I'm going to turn these around. Now I got these guys to worry about. You eat that. You eat that. And, you know, they still feel themselves. And once they're full, they start switching around. And now I have an entirety start up here that I don't have to touch. And these guys will constantly grab everything out, put in the furnaces, and I don't have to worry about a single thing here. In fact, look at this. This is already back up here where resources are not needed, and they're putting in a storing right there for me. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this whole picking up thing a little bit easier. Actually, I need two more of these to do this. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and make the whole thing where I'm picking up resources a little bit easier. Wrong button there. Anyway. Have 10 already. Whoops. Okay. And what this will do is, once this line right here fills up, you know, I mean, once this entire area fills up, as you saw what was happening earlier, they'll go ahead and start being stored in the box. Little buffer top thing, and just makes it easy for me to grab stuff from there. Nothing more. But let's go back up here now. And this guy is probably getting low, or not. Whatever. He was about out. So, but you know, I'm still having to run around, and I'm now having a birder feeding itself, feeding something else, and that's a little bit convoluted. I mean, easy to follow, but still kind of one of those doing a lot of stuff type things, you know. Let's try to simplify this a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make one of these, make 3 of these, make 1 of these, and cut down some trees because I wouldn't need to. Because, you know, again, this is about building your factory, making it bigger, making it better. I just spent all this time just to get kind of a backbone that, in all honesty, I want to replace. I don't want to have any of what I just did actually stay around. I'm going to be moving everything, and that was just for me to set up the beginning of my entire line. So, everything's built. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there. This little guy sucks up water. He likes water, it tastes good. I like it too. Anyway, I'm being odd, I know. This right here uses water. Actually, it heats up water. This right here uses water. I'm going to change up some things a little bit here. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's the correct way to do that. And I'm going to leave this down here. And I need a few more of these. I'll need 3 of these. There. And there. And I now will just go ahead and give each of these, you know, a little bit of starter, let them feed themselves. I prefer that method of doing this. So, now the question becomes, what is this doing? Well, it's doing nothing. I'd say I'm joking, but I'm not. This is literally doing nothing at all because if you notice that this little thing here, the steam engine, has that flashing plug on it. That means despite anything else, it's not connected to anything that needs it, so it's actually not working. It's just sitting there looking pretty. And tell me, hey, hook me up properly, you idiot. So I'll get it in a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and get those guys fed. I said about, you know, going to tear everything down. I'm going to tear everything down because I want to. You'll see why in a moment. So, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build 3 of these. Now, what are these? Well, watch and find out. I'm just putting the box back in there because, well, yeah. I like having that ability to grab... Oh, wait, box is already there. I'm an idiot. There you go. So, I got these made now. I'm going to go ahead and put you here, put that there, put that there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just do it fast like this. So, feeding that, feeding that, feeding that. Each of them now need food, but, you know, if you notice, flashing plug, flashing plug. So, you can probably tell these guys might work together a little bit. While this has a different flashing light. Let me go ahead and complete finishing this up. And this will be just a very simple, very dumb little way of doing this. But, you know, kind of just shows off what this does, and once I pass it on to something else, you'll kind of see something a bit better. So, one more. There we go. And all that's done. Now, we need to hook this guy up, so, power line, note the blue area. The blue area is where it works. And you need to have, he's within the blue area, so he'll feed. Now, anything within the blue area now will receive power. Like so, and like so. Now, notice he's starting to move. And you need power. They're starting to move, they're feeding in there. This is starting to move, it's feeding into here. He's feeding into that. And so on, and so on, and so on. So, you'll see this eventually kind of set everything up. And they're all awakened, and now, you know, I'm not feeding these guys energy. I'm just feeding, you know, this stuff right here energy, which is kind of handy and nice to be able to do. So, now obviously it's kind of slow. I need more coal. I need a better setup. I need to do just so much more of this. And I'll still have to go up here and, you know, kind of run stuff around. If I want to be fast, I go ahead and make some more poles here and take them from way down there, take them to here, put some miners here, keep going up here to that little coal area up there, put more miners there, put a miner on these little stone bits. So, and, you know, probably make a better energy system. In fact, that is a perfect idea, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of show that to you. I was kind of, you know, give you an idea of how it starts up. So, let's go ahead and actually slow the game. And here is a prepared one of I went ahead and wanted to make this a little bit better. I'll show you the end result here. Ignore these for now. I'll talk about that in a moment. But, ignore that. Well, here. I can make that first thing. So, right there's what that is. I'll talk about that in a moment. So, I went down here. Electric miners everywhere. You notice the steam pump's now gone. You can see up here the coal I have feed down. And I have yet even more miners. You can see I have a string of power lines going way up this way. Another miner, doing the same thing over there, getting me some more stone. You can cook stone in the furnace, but I'm not doing that right now because I don't need it right now. And you see one more going up here with that graphical glitch, because there should be like... This is giving power. Don't worry about it. That's just a graphical glitch. And I've got some more miners up here doing that. So you might ask, where am I getting power from? Because you didn't see the steam engines anywhere. Well, I go for overkill. No kill like overkill. So, this will last me a while. But that's how I kind of, got things set up everywhere, and there's my pup and all that. So, a little bit busy to do this, but showing it all off, so it'll be nice. So let's pop back down here. So I now have all this feeding to here. These guys are feeding each other. These guys are feeding each other. I got these guys collecting me some plates in case I need it. I'll just combine this, grab it like that. By the way, these chests, see the S button? You click on it, and you can set that up, and they'll only collect up to the non-red area. I tend to use that a lot. So I said I was going to talk about these. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We have to grab the lab over here. So these are called labs. I made one, and this just makes it. And the first time I made was just something to make it much easier on me. What these labs use these science packs. You can start off with make 2 of them, and when they make them, they go ahead and kind of feed them around. There you go. Yes, I have a reason for putting it way up there. You'll find out. Actually, I might put it too far or too short. We'll find out. But I'm making a pack right quick, just for the sake of it. And pack is made. Now let's go ahead and just feed right into that. You can see he turns on, and he starts researching for me. You can see what your current research is up here. The T button will also show you, what you have to choose from. So, I can go ahead. I can, queue up to say, make me, maybe 10 of them. Now you watch that. That takes forever, and while I'm making that, I can't make anything else. So, this is Factorio, though. This is all about making factories to make what you want to make. So, how about I stop this tired old thing where I, feed everything to everything already, and just have, something make something for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down there, because I know my layout already. Stop making those. Thank you. Let's go ahead and place those in there anyway. Thank you. And you're too far back. Oops. I keep doing that wrong. Sorry about that. There we go. I know spacing. Once again, I just know spacing around. So, you're probably asking, what is this going to be doing? What are these contraptions? Well, these are, again, something you can this is actually my first research. The very first research I did was to make these. They're handy little things. I'll put this right here. Now, you see what these guys do already. Let me go ahead and not do anything yet. And I click on one of these, and I get this on still screen. Oh, I finished that. Okay, get started on this one. Yeah, this is handy. I click on that. I get this on still screen here. Now, if you look at this, you can see the recipe for one of these is an iron gear and a copper plate. So, I need to get iron gears made, so I'm going to tell this to make iron gears. So, he'll take iron plate, he'll take iron, and he'll get iron gears out. Let's go ahead and, turn him on. There you go. You can see that's already happening. So, he got his iron gears made, and he's got 2 of them in there, so he stopped making stuff because he's full. In his mind, at least. You actually could stuff like more in there like that. but they stop once they make 2. And these guys stop once they're seen enough to make 2 inside, or something like that. I can't remember. But they stop. They don't feel full. They don't build to full either. So now I'm gonna make the science pack. So he takes iron gears and copper, which that's why I had it coming out that way and that coming out that way. And I am now making my own science packs like that. And we'll just go ahead and finish this up. And now it will automatically feed science packs into the science building. And this will go ahead and start doing science for me, and I don't have to worry about anything. Science is done. I can go off and, start building other stuff. Like, for instance, I use conveyor belts a lot, so I might want to go ahead and grab a couple of these. Yeah, let's do it this way. Go ahead and grab one of this here, which I have not talked about, but I'll show off over here. These things are called splitters. They just literally split in half where things go. Over here, over here, over here, over here. You get the idea. These underground belts do just what they say. They connect underground and they feed from one to the other. Now, we have all that done. I mean, all that explained. So, that's up there. I'm talking around, and hey, look. There's been a ton of these made already. But I'm going to go ahead and grab this because I feel like it. And I just want to show something off. I'll make this right here. And, just show, it is splitting. But it's going both ways now. There is a pattern, there is certain ways it works, but I don't feel like explaining it. So, I'm going to go over here. And I'll build this there. And I'll build this there. Again, I know I'm making, so I ain't going to worry too much about. That's why, I'm placing this way because I know what I'm making, and I know a certain pattern to make what I want to make. And I want you to feed in here, you to feed in there, and you to feed there. This guy is making gears. This guy is going to make the transporter belts. I'll put one down there, and you have a chest for me, good. And now, this guy make gears, feed it into there, and he'll feed it into there. Now, if I want to, I could do something wacky. You take 2 iron plates, so I could go ahead and make it work a little bit faster by making sure it has all the iron plates it needs, out of one grab. They'll both just grab enough and kill it real fast, and it'll pretty much constantly work now. These are kind of slow. I could speed it up, but you get the idea. Now, once you've researched enough, you start opening up stuff that requires these green science packs. So, well, let me go ahead and build something a little bit better for this. Well, let's go to the other save, shall we? I've already built it. Let's not kid ourselves. But let's go ahead and show off, kind of what you can do and what you can automatically make using this kind of method. I'm going to go ahead and load again. That's what number 3 is for. You can kind of see already what I've got going on here. So, way up here, I've got tons of red packs being made. Going on up, tons of more science. I've got green science being made in my inventory because I don't have everything out for it yet. But, you get the idea of how that works. So we're going to hit down here and kind of, much more in depth. That needs a box, excuse me. Anyway, bots and outstarter, good. There we go, bots. And there. And now that keeps going too. So I said, it's kind of a more built up. I did it slightly different because I brought some down here and brought them down here, but that gave me access to the copper so I could make these wires. That allows me to make this. That allows all this other stuff to be made. It's kind of sloppy here, but you can kind of see what goes on here. These feed into that to make this. This feeds into that to make that. Yeah. It's fed these. I forget how I had copper coming in here. I don't care. Also make me one of these. I'm just getting copper going in myself. Not copper, but iron rather. There. So he's not being fed iron, and he's making as fast as he can. I guess he can put stuff onto here, which goes down to here. He's making all his stuff here, and once this guy's pretty full, he'll start getting some from here as well. Because you can kind of notice he's grabbing, and then he's grabbing, and that's kind of, you know, there is better ways to do this. I don't feel like doing it right now. You know, leave you guys something to figure out. Okay, so I've got that done. It's night now, so let's go to the next part and talk about, you know, you start getting science packs made. You start making everything, and here's your full science packs, kind of, you know, full factories on both sides. Much for, you know, starting up steel production. Yep, you can make steel. It's to research. I'm researching batteries up here, but, you know, I'm getting close to the end of all this researching. Well, kind of close anyway. Okay, not even close to it. Wow. I forgot how fast this save was. Anyway, once you start getting so far along, you have these to make. Science packs. And nothing I am doing requires them. Wow. Well, whatever. I can still show this off. To make science packs, you have to have plastic, which is kind of headachy at times. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm actually researching will give me those. And you can kind of see what all they need. That's a lot of stuff needed, ain't it? It sure is. So, but you know, you have to make advanced circuits, which I actually can make, which requires plastic. So how do you get plastic, you might ask? Well, plastic's over, should be here actually. And can't find it anywhere because I don't have it researched. Yep, right there's your plastic. You need coal, and you need petroleum gas. My question might be, how do you get petroleum gas? Well, here's a well. And you can kind of see I have two of them here, crude oil. And this is also crude oil on top of that, so I actually picked the lower one. Oh well. These guys don't have a blue output, which I honestly think they might have done on purpose. I'm not sure. But you kind of grab this out, feed it like this, and I ain't going to do anything too fancy with it because, seriously, I'm again showing this off, kind of showing off how you do stuff instead of actually doing it. Research is finished. I accidentally passed it up. Who cares? I went ahead and just, you know, started researching plastic, so... But, you know, I have all this stuff pre-made. Whoa! Excuse me. By the way, there are enemies in this game. I'm not set up for them. Imagine that. Okay. Let's restart that, shall we? So... That actually gives me a chance to show off something anyway, so I'm going to make these. And I'll make these. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go ahead and... excuse me. That was the previous save. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually make nothing of that, because I can't. Okay, I'm going to make 3 of these. I'll make 5 of those. And that many of those. Now, where was I? Oh yes, I was showing off the whole thing about this oil thing and how it works and how to get it going. So let's do that, shall we? Here I have 5, here I have 5. And here I have you. And where do those walls go off to? There they are. This is honestly just a slapdash little thing to kind of get started with, so nothing really too much special is going to happen. I was honestly surprised to see those guys come attack me because this save didn't get an attack for a very long while. That's probably always by the fact I'm not, you know, ready for attacks. Okay, that's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and head down here. And I'll let that handle the enemies for me while I do this. So, where were we? Ah, yes. And there they are. And there they are dead. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, turrets. Up, he did some damage. So, that means I'll need one of these. And he's repaired. Okay, so where was I? Here you go. Chemicals. And this is a oil refinery, which does what he says he does. He refines oil. Let's see here. Let me find something right quick, and then I'll get to that in just a moment. Because I seriously need to make some of these. There we go. Okay. Up. There we go. So, what does he do? Well, you tell him one of two abilities. I only have this right now, so I'd set something else up in a little bit, but I picked that. And you can see he takes crude oil and he makes all three of these. So let's go ahead and get these guys some power. There we go. You can see this is starting to get oil coming through there. If I used different pipes, you can see more. Let me show that off right quick. You can kind of see oil, all the way through there. You see, they all have oil in them. I just tend to use these right here because they hide stuff decently, and I can actually you cannot walk through pipes. You can see my guy trying to run; he's not moving through it. But these pipes are underground, so I can just run over them and not worry about it. Okay, so this guy's not doing anything. Why not? He's full. He's made, double his ability. Oh, okay, no, he was waiting for crude oil. Go figure. But, oh, there you go. Nice full. So, he's ready to put some more stuff out. He doesn't have where to put it. Well, outputs are up here. You can kind of see what the outputs right there. And this is why I made these. I'm just being sloppy here now because honestly I just want to show this stuff off and don't have to worry about things. Now I can put this here and I'll just put it down here and not worry about it, but there we go. There we go. So you can now see these things collect me some gas. So your mention of needing petroleum, I can now make that by grabbing a chemical plant out. I rotate it. There we go. And I want to tell him oh yeah, we were talking about making plastic. So let's just research right. Okay, so I can go into here. I can tell to make plastic and feed it, but I can't because it's being researched. Instead, I'll start starting the battery stuff, which is batteries use sulfur. Sulfuric acid uses sulfur to make all that. So I'll stick that right there for you, so you can kind of see it. And he actually comes out beginning. He already tells you what he wants and where he wants it. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed him right quick, just so I can kind of show him off. There you go. And I'll make another quick little water pump here because, well, you do need it. And let's get started, shall we? Excuse me a moment here. Okay, so I know where everything's going, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Again, I've played for a while, so this, where everything gets placed at comes second hand to me. Oh, I do get lucky sometimes like that right there. That was not on purpose. That was just pure and out luck. Okay, so there you go. He's getting fed water, and he's now making sulfur. Now, this is actually kind of weird. Unlike most things, sulfur is one of those few things that will actually build up. You see it's over and over and over and over again, so I could actually go ahead and take another one of these chemical plants. There you go. Look up the recipe I want for that. I need water again. I need more sulfur and iron plate. So I'll put it over here so I can borrow the water from there. Like so. There we go. So I'll make that. Grab this. Tilt the feet like that. Have some iron on me, so fill up with iron. And he needs electricity. There he goes. And I'll just stick this up here for, you know, showing off again. And we're now making sulfur. I could then take that and use it to make batteries. And well, there it is. Yeah. But, you know, I need more copper, more iron. I need to make another one of these things, because... Oh, I'm not out yet. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just do that right quick for you guys. And make batteries. And have that. You grab it from here, pull it down into here. And we'll put it into a chest. There you go. And they're on. And he's working. And he's now making batteries, so... You know, that's a complete chain of production, and you kind of see how the whole oil thing works. Oh, sure, now facets appear. Well, that's how it works sometimes. Anyway. So I can keep going on all this kind of stuff, and keep researching, and keep making all this useful stuff. But you get the idea of, you know, kind of... I'm making this whole factory right here is all I'm doing. But that's kind of, you know, advanced the game a bit more with my last save of this time. Here we go. This is everything. I mean, previous stuff over there. I've gotten my oil worked out much better. I've got a crazy setup here that's making me, you know, iron, or steel rather. I've got a setup here making me these circuits because they are heavy use a lot. I'm making frickin' solar panels. That's right. Free energy from the sun. Not really. You gotta make this stuff for it, so not really free energy, but you get the idea. I'm over here and I'm feeding plastic over here to make these things. This stuff is getting, you know, put into this chest here and going somewhere else. I got to do Roboport things, which you can see what it's doing because nothing's awake. There you go. I've got robots flying around and delivering supplies for me. See, he's got a gear on him. He's putting the gear right there, and there they go. You know, it's kind of getting, you know, hectic. I'm making blue science over here, which I was talking about earlier. You know, getting set up for it. So I'm all nice to set up for blue science. Hooray, blue science. So that's being up here for all this stuff. I had this set for a future use. And, you know, I've got me a big fat factory here. I just like, you know, completely made. I can go way over here and follow my lines of copper and all that kind of good stuff. And there's my plastic being made, and there's a slightly better setup for making using fluids, and there's enough oil refineries to choke a cow. And here's a setup for all this kind of stuff right here. It's been, you know, you can tell it gets attacked here more. But, you know, something interesting happened when I was doing all that. You might remember around this area right here on the map, you know, right near all this stuff, I had the iron area. Well, I kind of ran out of iron. It's all gone. So the question becomes, what do you do now? Well, this is where this right here comes in. You can actually see it to a degree. They're feeding iron somewhere. I mean, they're feeding iron in here, and they're getting it from somewhere. So the question really becomes, where are they getting iron from? Well, let's wait for a little bit, because, oh dear, something's being destroyed. Oh, well, let's go. I'll be going down there in a little bit anyway, so let's grab that. You wait for a few seconds while it finishes unloading. It's done. Yeah, there we go. And let's ride the train. Yeah, train tracks. And he goes way down here. And this is where the attack is happening, by the way. And I am now down here, where you can see even more iron that I found. And I'm building up this way, and goodbye. He's full. Not really, but he has what he wants. Got these chests full of goodies and all kinds of fun stuff. Give me a moment here. How'd you get damaged? Okay, so I'm doing all this. Ah, there we go. And I have enough money to make one, so I'm going to make one here. You can kind of see this, the basic idea of how this kind of base work, and what all I have going on. Now, just a little bit more protection for him. Technically, I really want to continue the line of these up to here, but that'll do for now. So, you know, complete, nice protection for everything here. Everything along that line is finished. Everything along those lines are finished. These are connected once again. Graphical glitch. Don't worry about it. And you can kind of see, you know, I have a nice. I'm playing with trains now, and trains can get complicated. I actually plan to make a post about it, but you know, this is Factorio. I will have a link to the website in the description. And as I said, this is just a show off. By the way, this game is still in alpha. That's right, everything I just now showed you is a game still in alpha. Not even hit beta stage yet. There is a complete game to play. You can, you know, beat the game. I have found it satisfying to play. And money well spent. And, yeah, soda farm. Soda farm down there. But there is one other thing I had not mentioned. Oh yeah, cars. Just because I feel like it. These are just pure out for traveling around and, you know, your own player getting around real fast with a decent amount of resources. As you see, they have a lot of cargo space here. Well, there we go. Now, like I said, they still in alpha. It is a full game already. There is no question about that to me. This is a complete and full game, and they are still working on it. That just tells me a lot of stuff that I kind of, you know, want to know when it comes to when it comes to a game being made. I mean, I've still got tons of research still to do on this. Oh, okay, not a ton. This might ways your go. You gotta make this right here. You create that, which needs all kinds of wacky stuff. And once you've got that made, you place it down and, oh hey look, I can actually make these. It requires editing artifacts, which I don't have, but I can make them. Okay. Anyway. But as I say, there is one other, and I consider this a big thing for this game. But one other thing to show off. Let's go ahead and quit the game. Yes, I'm sure. Note this button here. Built-in mod support. There are tons of mods out there already. If I had any downloaded, I'd show them off. But even the base game is a mod. If someone went in here and changed, you know, and made it so with all the base stuff, you know, the game couldn't work without the base mod, you could turn this off and play a completely different game. And yeah, there's your homepage info right there. So, this is Factorio. I will have a link in the description. And I plan to put another video up kind of soonish that relates to my first factory on this, if you want to see kind of what a complete advanced factory looks like, look for that video. Thank you for viewing it. Thank you for watching. I hope all of you have a good day. Junior, signing out.